Is Master Chief old?
I'm not willing to jeopardize my ship because of the hallucinations of an aging Spartan.
Captain Del Rio's outburst here always struck me as strange. Before this, I'd never considered Chief as being an aging Spartan, let alone someone that could be accused of hallucinating. Prior to this, everyone had complete confidence in the Chief's abilities. Yet Del Rio seems to think that he's out of touch and close to retirement. So, my name is SameToken, and today we'll be looking at whether the Master Chief is still healthy and combat ready, or if he's getting ready for winding down, playing bingo, watching daytime TV. So, firstly, we must consider that while age and health are interrelated, their relationship is unique to each person. This is where Master Chief, being a Spartan 2, is so important. The Spartan 2 program saw children abducted from their families and forced through grueling augmentation surgeries. Their skeletons were covered in ceramics to make their bones unbreakable, while they were given hormones to boost the regeneration of their tissues. So, while age does influence health, thanks to their augments, Spartans likely age at a different pace to the rest of us. This means that a Spartan of equivalent age to a normal person is likely to be far healthier. And that's talking exclusively of physical health. Only candidates with high mental resilience would survive the painful procedures, suggesting that both physical and mental health is important for withstanding this immense strain. Successful Spartan 2s then were already at the peak of humanity before their augmentations, and Master Chief was one of the top Spartans. With his augments, he was as near peak physical and mental strength as you could possibly reach. This suggests that even at the Master Chief's current age of 47, his body and mind are likely far younger. Additionally, what Del Rio was clearly ignoring is the healthcare of the time. Optican, a health supply company, has a portfolio of products that we could only dream of today. For instance, their Medigel not only stops the pain of a plasma wound, but it actually heals it. To put that into perspective, while for gameplay reasons, plasma doesn't really phase Marines, from what we know in the books, plasma will easily burn through flesh. And yet Medigel can miraculously repair the wound. So while human life expectancy in the 2500s is only 90 years, these improvements in medical science likely allow a higher quality of life to be maintained for longer. Couple this with Spartan augmentations, and it strongly suggests that Chief will not only outlive this life expectancy, but will continue to thrive on the battlefield as he ages. But it's not only his body that affects his combat efficiency. Created in parallel with the Spartan 2 program, Mjolnir armor is an exoskeleton that greatly improves the combat effectiveness of the augmented Spartan who wears it. Using a neural interface, the Spartans directly control the suit with their thoughts. It's as if it's an extension of their own limbs. The suit works in tandem with the Spartans' muscles, greatly enhancing their reflexes and strength. What this means is, so long as the Master Chief can move his muscles and think, he will continue to greatly outperform soldiers in combat. And if his physical health declines as he ages, the armor can take on more and more of the stress to ensure peak performance. So even at 47 years old, Master Chief is still very much at his prime. However, we're assuming that's his actual age. What if he was actually much younger than this? Human-controlled space spans 84 light-years from Earth, meaning that it would take you 84 years traveling at the speed of light to travel from Earth to the outermost colony. Travel below the speed of light, and it could take an entire human lifetime to reach the nearest solar system. The solution to this, of course, was cryoscience. By safely freezing human cells in cryo chambers, you could freeze yourself as you leave, and you would remain the same age while hundreds of years could pass. However, human colonization would still be impractical with the excessive time it would take to travel between planets. It would be like time traveling every time you visited another colony. And that's where Slipspace comes in. Discovered 261 years before the events of Halo Combat evolved, Slipspace allows objects to travel between points in space far faster than the speed of light. Now, while this gets you places faster, it still takes time to slip space between locations. This, of course, is mitigated with the continued use of cryo chambers. Only instead of it taking 80 years to reach your destination, it takes mere weeks and months. But that's just it. From what we see in the games, it appears Slipspace is instantaneous, and it can be if it's a short distance. But using Halo 2 as an example, the Battle of Mombasa ended on October 21st, while the Battle of Installation 05 began November 2nd. This means it took almost 2 weeks for the Inamber clad to Slipspace between New Mombasa and the Halo installation. Similarly, in Halo 3, Chief enters the Slipspace portal on Earth on November 17th, and he arrives at the Lesser Ark December 11th. That's almost a month. As such, it's likely during these times, to conserve resources such as food and oxygen, that most of the non-essential crew go into cryo-sleep. This would also include Master Chief. It can be reasonably assumed, then, that during most of the Slipspace traversal, the Chief has been in cryo-sleep. Now, because it hasn't been explicitly stated in Halo media, it is impossible to accurately calculate how much time Chief has spent in cryo-sleep. However, we have seen Chief make use of it on the Pillar of Autumn, in the books, and of course in Halo 4, where Chief was in cryosleep for 4 years. This is important to consider because cryosleep freezes your cells, which will make your biological age different from your chronological age. So while the Chief has chronologically existed for 47 years, biologically speaking, he will be much younger. Already, the 4 years he spent in cryosleep between Halo 3 and 4 brings him down from 47 to 43. And by some estimates, adding up all the other likely times he was in cryosleep, biologically, the Chief is actually closer to somewhere between 39 and 42 years old. This evidence suggests that Master Chief is not only going to be more capable at 50 than any other normal human, but by most estimates, he's actually still in his early 40s. In addition to this, Sergeant Johnson, Spartan 1, died in his 70s, and he still knew what the ladies liked. Edward Buck is a year older than Chief, and he was still selected for the Spartan 4 program. So how's that, Del Rio? The advancements in medical science, Spartan 2 augmentations, the physical supports of Mjolnir armor, and the fact Chief's biological age is much younger suggests that Chief cannot be considered an aging Spartan. He remains as strong and as resilient as we knew him from the first Halo. However, he's still yet to have his midlife crisis. So I will be aiming to post at least 2 videos a month, mostly Halo related, but I have a couple of other topics I'd like to discuss as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more Halo content, and I'll catch you next time.